Buddha, mark today's date down. Everybody watching this video, mark today's date down. Mama Burna is crying in the spiritual world. Burna Boy fans are crying. You know about people are crying because Nigeria is in deep darkness. They don't send some people for the word is saying they can't buy Burna Boy. Now confirm
again. We are warning Mohbad. We don't finish.
This one, last what I talk. I said they got one boy for this thing, Niger, Blaqbonez into the Afro-fusion musician. That boy, I like him. Blaqbonez in the spiritual world. If Papa side, then go buy matter like murder case, give him. So that boy, not take time and go enter prison. So when I sit down here and talk about Niger, a lot is about to happen in Nigeria, and I will bring everything out. When TV Joshua was alive,
yes,
TV Joshua was dining with the gods of the land.
Welcome once again. Ghana popular Seer has dropped fresh bombshell. This is explosive. This is never heard before. I want you to pay attention to this video from the beginning of it till the end of it and take note of everything that you see and everything that you hear. Previous videos, we analyzed what the Ghana Seer claimed that he saw. The RIP of upcoming Nigerian artist Mohbad and series of events in the past, such as the RIP of the son of David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, in a pool in his house, and also a Nigerian artist called The Bunch. His own son also RIP the same way. And this Seer claimed that he talked about it, spoke about it, and that he saw it ahead. And he said more is still coming to haunt David Adeleke. Why? Because he has crossed some pathway that he should not, that he has to be taught a lesson, that nature, that karma will speak, that he is kind of disrespecting women, and he has accumulated battles for himself. More or less like all that is going to happen to him comes from his own action. And that money, accumulation of it, does not necessarily mean that karma will not visit you. He said very strong things. He said, in fact, it is not just children, that those women amongst themselves, many of them are going to go down. And that David Adeleke himself, something very strong, very powerful is going to happen to him. I don't want to use my mouth to say it. If you've not watched that video, please kindly go down. You'll see series of this video. He also talked about Wizkid. Yes, Wizkid, popular Nigerian music artist. He said Wizkid is about to pay his own sacrifice. He said for the fame, for the wealth, and for all that he has accumulated, he needs to pay the sacrifice, and that the spirits that takes from them will take a child or children that will live after him. You know what it means? You can have several children, but there are some of them that will continue in that fame, continue in prosperity. That's what he said. He said, mark my words, it is going to happen. The same way I spoke about Naira Marley, telling him that from his mother's side, there are some spirits that will take advantage of the new glory that he has acquired, and that they will attack him and put murder on him. And this exactly is what has happened. Let us listen to him and we will talk more. This time around, he spoke about Burna Boy. As you know, Burna Boy has been acting in a way not different from how he was before, but it's like he's becoming, kind of, so rude, and he behaves in a certain way, although a lot of people still love him. But what is happening in the spirit realm? That is what he wants to tell us. Let us hear him.
Buddha, mark today's date down. Everybody watching this video, mark today's date down. Mama Burna is crying in the spiritual world. Burna Boy fans are crying. You know about people are crying because Nigeria is in deep darkness. They don't send some people for the word is saying they can't buy Burna Boy. Now confirm.
Again, we are warning Mohbad. We don't finish.
This one, last what I talk. I said they got one boy for this thing, Niger, Blaqbonez into the Afro-fusion musician. That boy, I like him. Blaqbonez in the spiritual world. If Papa side, then go buy matter like murder case, give him. So that boy not take time and go enter prison. So when I sit down here and talk about Nigeria, a lot is about to happen in Nigeria, and I will bring everything out. When TV Joshua was alive,
yes,
TV Joshua was dining with the gods of the land.
They say, why you not talk about Ghanaian celebrities? Where always na Naija celebrities, Naija then this one go buy, this one go buy, this one go buy. Now waiting, they no dey understand.
Good that.
Let me add the bomb to it. Now I see some comments somewhere. Then the person say, "Oh, this one God, is part of the people that they plan the pie of the people." I was like,
"That's how they talk." Good that.
Explain yourself.
Good that. Spiritual give birth to the physical. Africans, when I talk about dark side, I beg everybody have to listen because dark side have been in this world since all mortals enter this world inside.
I see.
Everybody, every household, they carry gods for there. Africa was built with tradition and the culture. And the culture live with rituals and the sacrifice.
Okay.
Africa was not built with the Bible or Quran. I beg you, listen to me. Africa was not built with the Bible or Quran. All the religions today we are expecting, or all the religions today we are listening, all was invented by mortals. All religions was invented by mortals. People, whether they put themselves, or people, whether they rely on the Bible, they are poverty beings. They will live with poor, they will die poor, and whatever they do, now poverty will carry them. People that they live by the Quran, they will die poor, whatever they do, now poverty will carry them. Because all those books was written by mortal. So when I sit down here and talk about that side, about our celebrities across the world and everything, let me talk about it, because majority of the beings don't know what is called their dark side. Majority of the beings don't even know the family they are born into. They have gods that they have to pay respect to 24/7, so that their marriage, their businesses, their finances, everything that they are doing on this earth will go for them. So if I sit here and talk about celebrities, their dark side, I don't hate them. I love everybody. I love every celebrity. My wish be say all celebrity will live long on this earth, do more things for his or her country. We the African will be unnecessary for so long. So if our eye don't open, that we have to go back and listen to our ancestors, the gods for our mother, our father, son, and everything they. One deep secret where they the spiritual world, the deepest side of the spiritual world. Now yesterday, Kama can give me. Would that?
You go tell us.
I will tell you. I will tell the world. Because the person, I love that person well. And I don't want nothing to happen to that person. Good that, Mama Burna, for wake up.
Boy, Mama.
For wake up. Because the deepest side of the world, the underworld, where the dwarf DBS and the fake man of God cannot hear or see, that is where this message is coming from. Different side of the world. They don't send some people for the world is that saying they can't buy Burna boy. Now confirm.
Again, we are warning Mohbad. We don't finish.
This one, that's what I talk. I said if it not be Mama Burna, like Burna boy dey prison. This one, it's whether they go buy Burna boy or he go prison. They go put murder case, big murder case from Burna boy top, make Burna boy go prison. Because it's a group of people. See, so Burna boy have to be very careful. Burna boy, if Burna boy they owe somebody money, make you go pay him.
How much he go
because
pay now?
What is coming out, where the secret is coming out, the world will not believe me. I keep saying I am the world seer right now, and I am the seer in this generation, the universal seer, the only seer who dined with the moon and the sun, the only seer who can tell you what will happen in 72 hours. 24 hours belongs to God. Let's respect God. Nobody can send God, because the dwarf, they don't know what happened in 24 hours. The angels don't know 24 hours. Gods of the land, they don't know 24 hours. The seers, the DBS, the Pharisees, nobody knows 24 hours. So only God knows 24 hours. So nobody can send God. So please, if I talk about that side, about our celebrity, and they love them, you looking at me or you watching me, you don't know anything about the world. All you know, so you don't enter world. You go school, you dey work, you dey chill, you dey pray to God. Your prayers know to go. Because right now, on this earth, nobody can pray straight to God that it will work. You have to pray through the gods to God. Just like the ancients always pray through their gods to God. Kama keeps saying, when the gods were in banter with our God, where were we the mortals? When the gods were in banter with our God, and when God defeated the gods of the land or the angels, where were we the mortals? So who are we to just jump straight away that God said this, God said this? Listen, my fellow Africans, God doesn't speak to any mortal. God will only communicate with we the mortals through our dreams. And the dream will tell you the reason or the meaning of what you have to tell the world. So when I sit down here and talk about Nigeria, a lot is about to happen in Nigeria, and I will bring everything out. Good. When TV Joshua was alive, TV Joshua was dining with the gods of the land. But TV Joshua, now they sign. He was ashamed to tell people, Nigerians say, now gods of the land I'm dining with, or now gods of the land they give me information.
Yeah, which TV Joshua?
The TV Joshua is pie for Nigeria. When TV Joshua was sending prophecy across the world and Africa, how many beings contact Nigeria say, make TV Joshua they drop Nigeria business? See, from Nigeria, I'm moving to South Africa. From South Africa to Cameroon, I am bringing all the hidden secrets about the celebrities, about the politicians, about the men of God. They don't know it, so I'm bringing it out. So anywhere you see my video, I beg share. So Nigerians, more to come out. I'm bringing more out.
Mama Burna.
Oh, Mama Burna. If Mama Burna go listen to the word seer, you could have marked today's date down. Everybody watching this video, mark today's date down. Mama Burna is crying in the spiritual world. Burna Boy fans are crying. You know about people are crying because Nigeria is in deep darkness.
After Mohbad own.
Guda, watch the movie. It is a nice movie.
Hey.
I don't finish that side.
Okay, please, Mama Burna, at least you have seen the CS video all around in Nigeria. You have seen what he said about Mohbad and then Naira Marley, and then you can see what is going on. I beg you, just take it. And then I want to ask you about this Mohbad issue. Then say Mohbad in son, it not be in son, it be somebody in son. So people are demanding for DNA. Then say in father, it not be in real father. They are still demanding for DNA. So now DNA for father, DNA for son.
Guda.
Now
why you want?
I beg. Now they do my work. I beg.
Guda.
I beg. Make you answer me.
Guda, make a talk something small. Guda, you see, we Africans, we always when person need help when he dey alive, we don't go to mind now. But when person don't die, now there, all the rich beings around the world will show condolence. Mohbad, when he was alive, petition this young guy wrote to many of the police. Nobody listened to the young guy.
Now, you heard what he said. He has dropped bombshell upon bombshell in the past, and now he's doing the same thing. He's kind of making it scary to some people. And it is not only this man that has spoken about certain musical artists in Nigeria or popular people. Even this man spoke about Destiny Etiko, Nigerian Nollywood actress. Spoke about some other people. Even spoke about Obi Kubana and Kubana High Chief Priest. These are business people in Nigeria. They are into entertainment. I mean, hospitality, not entertainment necessarily. They are into it. He spoke about them. He said something bad is about to happen. In fact, he said Obi Kubana is poor in the spirit. That the families of Obi Kubana went into the spirit realm to buy the garment of poverty. And that this garment of poverty will end up in Obi Kubana, rising and falling and a lot of things. I don't know how true these things are. Now, this man is talking about people coming back to their roots, coming back to idol worship, coming back to worship of deities, coming back to what their ancestors worshipped. And this kind of created a little bit of confusion. People are like, wait, were we not bad before? Was things not good now? No, was things not bad before? Sorry. And is it that things are not getting better now? That some people have left these, practices of their ancestors, and maybe you are a Christian or you're a Muslim. I do not know what your experience is, but back in those days, a lot of things happened to Africans when they did not even embrace, in quote, religion, or is it when they started embracing Christianity, Islam? That is when their gods left them. I mean, their own connection, their own route to God, their own pathway to the Almighty God. Is it at that time that they were left because they went after some other journey or pathway to God? Because slave trade and a lot of these things kind of got a lot of people asking questions like, wait, back in those days, these ancestors that we are talking about, majority of them were not Christians, neither were they Muslims. They were worshippers of one deity and the other, but they were still enslaved. Or was the enslavement, kind of a way of breaking the shackles or breaking them off from whatever it is? It's a confusion out there. People cannot kind of put their hands together. They cannot put their fingers on it. They cannot just come to a conclusion like seriously, what is really happening? Are we better off now? Or we were better before? Were we better before or better off now? These are the questions. Now I'm throwing it out to you. Do you think that your ancestors were better off? Do you think that your great-grandparents who were worshippers of this idol here and there, do you think they had it better? Do you think their life was glorious? Were they able to achieve what they want financially? Were they able to achieve what they want health-wise? Were they able to kind of attain the height of progress and success in their life better than now? These are the questions that I want you to begin to look into. I want you to answer these questions. Or do you think now you have seen the light through the religion that you are into that is different from that of your ancestors, and you think your life is better, you have been able to ascend better, you've been able to, upgrade, you've been able to achieve better, because what this man is saying at the end of the day is more or less like saying that majority of those people are having the problems they are having because they have decided not to go to see a dibia, a marabu, a babalawo, a voodoo priest. They have refused to go back to the root. And what is this root? The root is the worship of deity, the worship of some, of some energy, spirit here and there that are familiar with their ancestors. Now, when you look at churches, you see people being prayed for, and they cast out some ancestral spirits, some spirit that their great grandfathers worship. You see those spirits speaking through them, saying words like, yes, their great grandfather came to me and they said that they needed wealth or they needed to be healthy, and I said I needed something from them. At times they could, willingly, probably through manipulation, give to that ancestor, that ancestral spirit, things that are important in life, and they give it to them just because they need to cure themselves of some, ailment that is, ravaging them at that time, or for someone that wants to be a super hunter. Imagine someone wants to be a super hunter and he goes to dedicate or to commit his, unborn children in his loins, children inside of him. He begins to tell the spirit, if you give me ability to catch a leopard, just imagine, if you give me ability to catch elephant, to hunt and successfully take a lion down, I will give you my, children to be poor. Those kind of crazy thing, just for you to pick an antelope. Like, seriously, we've seen selfish contracts. We've seen a lot of these things. And at the end of the day, we see during this, deliverance session or prayers are made or through dreams, people begin to see that their ancestors are committed to one deity, to one spirit here and there. And it's troubling them. It's creating issues in their life because they are not in tune, in line with that spirit anymore. They don't even know that that spirit exists. And all of a sudden, they are having problems because someone had made a covenant with that deity. Someone probably 600 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 500 years ago, 400, 300, 200, 150 years ago, 150, like that. And they don't know about this thing. And it's giving them issue. So he's saying that they should come back. And I'm like, wait, what deity is this? What spirit is this that will accept to take the glory of the upcoming generation just to give a man access to take animals? Like, are all covenants binding regardless of if it is morally upright or not? Are we free will agents? You can decide and put other people in servitude, in bondage of what they at that time could not physically manifest and say, no, this is not right. They weren't given an opportunity for them to make their own decisions about it. Someone who is alive, who is working at that time, who had you inside of you, because that's generally what it is. When a covenant is made, you are inside of your parents. You are inside of your parents even when you were not born yet. You are inside of them. And whatever they do, whatever they say, even health-wise, whatever they do will also resonate in your own life. So I want to throw this out to you guys. You accept, you agree, apart from me seeing, because of course, anyone who has ability can tap into the spirit realm and get information. They can manipulate the spirit realm. All of these things can be done. Do you agree? Do you accept what he has said? That people should go back? Or do you think going back is more of servitude, is more of bondage or not? Drop your comment, like and share, subscribe to this channel. See you in the next update.